Championship predictions 2023-24. It made sense to do it after the transfer window had shot. 5 games in. Yes, I have to scroll a long way down to find Watford. I got a joke in before anyone else did. I did write my predictions down on the 3rd of August. The 3 relegated squads were outrageous at the time. 170 million made on 5 players. Why has it crashed? There you go. Villa contract went on loan to PSV, could have gone to Bayern. I think I was dead on day. Perrault on loan to Nice. I think he's good. He's got twice against Blackpool in the FA Cup. Walcott retired. I just found out they signed Ross Stewart. When was that? And I knew Harwood Bellis went to a championship team, I wasn't sure who it was. It's a good signing. He won the league with Burnley. Another defensive midfielder from Man City. He could be the Northern Irish Romeo Lavia. Ryan Manning from Swansea. They also got Russell Martin from them. Holgate, I've not heard of him in a while. Downs I like. Fraser, if he can get his Bournemouth form back. Wales second on assists to Eden Hazard. But they're both washed now. Ross Stewart got 10 goals and 3 assists in 13 games for Sunderland last season, by the way. He's had an Achilles injury since January, but looks like he's back at the end of September. The reason I put him top is because of Armstrong and Che Adams. The last time they won the championship with Birmingham and Blackburn, they scored goals. Adams didn't get his move to Everton, but he's glad. I've realised he still has Sulemana, the Birmingham City career mode legend. And he also have Alcaraz and Walker Peters. But against Sheffield Wednesday, they started Jack Stevens and Jan Bednarek. I didn't agree to that when I put them first. You're only allowed to play them against Watford. They currently have the worst defence. They've only lost 1 though. Their results so far, they lost 5-0 to Sunderland, the last game. I didn't watch it, I'm guessing Bednarek was at fault for all of them. They drew 4-4 in Norwich at home, and they also lost 3-1 to Gillingham in the Cup. They lost 5-0 with Joel Bellingham up front. We start the season. I put Leicester in second. Leicester are going to do what they did 10 years ago and win the league. They're winning games by 1 goal. 1-0 down in game 1. And they still got the win. This season it was against Coventry. I watched it. Dewsbury Hall Brace. I'll be shocked if he doesn't get a team of the season in EA FC 24. They lost game week 5 to teams they should be beaten. That season it was Charlton. Matty James got sent off. Did they really go on a 20 game unbeaten run and lose 4-1 at home to Brighton? Lingard and Joa, that's why they signed him. I only knew about Leicester the season after, where they beat Man United 5-3 and the greatest relegation escape ever. Then they won the league. I forgot about this when I made my predictions. Whoever got Huddersfield's first home game has gone on to be promoted as champions for the last 3 seasons. Burnley, Fulham and Norwich. It looks like their number 1 is Hermansen. Stolarczyk was on the bench against Hull. So it's Danny Ward, 4th choice. That's embarrassing. I don't like they're playing Vestergaard. Coley's injured. That's a good signing. You still have Pereira and Ndidi. Casadei, who scored against Cardiff. Played in the Championship last season for Reading. Players like him will never get a chance at Chelsea with the money they spend. Mavididi, who scored against Huddersfield. And they still have Iheanacho, Dakar and Vardy. Iheanacho could have gone to Forest, Dakar to Bournemouth. None of them have actually scored in the Championship yet. Even Thomas Cannon, who got 8 goals for Preston in 20 games. Their C team should be getting at least 2nd. Sky Sports are evil for putting this on Friday Night Football. Bednarek and Vestergaard will most likely start. Southampton are lucky it's not going to be raining again. For both games I only knew the score at full time. Leicester, I had no internet. I had to check BBC Red Button on the TV. Man United fell asleep. It might have been a half time or Middlesbrough 3rd. I went with what other people were predicting. I forgot they lost Archer, Giles, Ramsey and Stefan. Then they lost Akpom to Ajax. I did the same when they were in the Premier League. And they had one of the most forgettable squads in history. The 3 Spanish players, Negredo, Adama, Valdez, and then Callum Chambers. Then I'm struggling to name anyone else. I like the loan signings of Lewis O'Brien and Sam Greenwood, not Mason Greenwood. I'm sub to a Forest YouTuber, and he said that Lewis O'Brien should be starting for them last season. 13 games, 579 minutes. Then they got loaned to DC United, Wayne Rooney. But he was Huddersfield's best player. What happened with Harry Toffolo, by the way? That 300 betting breaches. I thought Greenwood scored against us, it was an assist. Not hard against that team. Some big away wins on that day. Other than Man United, obviously. I'm thinking Seny Dieng is class because he scored against Sunderland. But now he's got the lowest save percentage in the Championship this season. This is funny. Middlesbrough had 9 shots on target against QPR. And he didn't score any. Watford scored 4 past the lanky Bosnian Begovic. QPR had 3 shots on target against Dieng and scored twice. Just looking through some of their starting 11s. Ain't Crooks, Ronnie McGree, Isaiah Jones, and Barlaser, and also Paddy McNair. Some of their better players. So why are they on the bench? Fair enough, only McGree didn't start against Coventry and it was 3-0. McNair got injured. When Middlesbrough beat me in the Championship playoff final, V23, I said, don't make me play another 46 games in the Championship. They said the same thing after losing to Coventry in the semi-finals. Definitely bottom half of them. I'll make my predictions at the end of the video. Huddersfield were 3rd the year before, then they were in a relegation battle. Is there a chance Middlesbrough can get relegated? Relegation 6-pointer on Tuesday night. El Sacacol. Leeds 4th. Get Spence and rolled on from Spurs and Purdue. Carroll. Leeds, if they were a car, attack wins games, defence wins your titles. Why did they loan Cody Drameh to Birmingham? He just got promoted with Luton. Four goals away against what looks like a decent side. Then they draw 0-0 at home to Sheffield Wednesday. I'll be shocked if their fans didn't boo that. I watched that opening day game. I used to hate these, but they're well entertaining. Somerville 95th minute. Norwich started off badly both times in the Championship under far and still won the league. Games Southern September the 15th. They had only one win there. Imagine if Leeds do that. Look at that, they're taking the piss. I don't want to see toenails, by the way. Zoom in. 2021 season. Can he go down? That started in the middle of September. Today is September 14th. October the 17th, the 5th game. Zoom in again, oh my god, that's disgusting. Watford 5th? Well, that's not gonna bloody happen, is it? First thing I'm saying is, why do we have 23 players? I thought on FIFA we had 35 at one point. Where have they all gone? Kalu went on loan, I don't even know that. How old is Kalu? 26. He looks about 38. Kafka went to Belgium. What the hell is a polar bear doing in Arlington, Texas? Hung Bo, you're so good at Huddersfield. 280k. Saar and Pedro gone. Saar said that they can sell him. 3 players to Udinese. And loan. Tom Cleverley retired. We had only spent 58 grand on Tom Ince at one point. A letter came in after losing to Stoke Alona. 2 goals against Coventry. Ismail's been here 2.5 months. He must be at least 5th on our longest serving managers since the puzzles joined. He's managed 10 teams before Watford's and hasn't lasted long at any of them. 50 is the most for LASK. He did well in England for West Brom and Barnsley, getting Barnsley in the playoffs. Imagine the scenes if he keeps getting sacked from all these teams, but does like 4 years at Watford. The way we score 4 against QPR in the first half, then don't score for another 7 halves. It's Watford though, it gets so depressing, then we do a madness by scoring 3 against Coventry in a 6-goal thriller. I think we're ahead 3 times. That man got a 5-year deal and got named captain. His mistake for Austria against Moldova is one of the worst things I've seen. I think he's a good goalkeeper though. Against Burnley last season, 1-0 at home, and West Brom away, 1-1. It'd have been 6-1 if it wasn't for him. I like our defence. I'm guessing Jamal Lewis has been promoted twice with Norwich. Porteous scored for Scotland against Cyprus. Then he made good tackles on Rashford and Kane against England. I think Hoot will get a team of the season. Ignore the on goal against Coventry. And yes, it's the same guy who was probably Southampton's worst ever centre back. That takes some beating to be worse than Denmark. Livermore, whatever. Losers class, I think he might get a team of the season. Senna, he got an assist for Sweden to Isak. Aspilla only 19, 20 in November. Matthias Martins, I don't even think he scored last season, joining from January. They all got along to that team, he's back now. He has 1 goal, against QPR at tapping. Hilly, he's injured. He's 29 in December. One of the most boring careers I've ever seen, other than that moved to Luz, where he helped them get promoted to Ligue 1. And I knew Chatlatazzi joined Watford in one of my career modes. Portsmouth is the first career mode I went to. 86 rated. The best Georgian player in the world. Check his guy against Spain in the Salmon defeat. The shot power on that. Unai Simon had no chance. Yeah, and he joined in 2023. It's his bad form though. We don't lose that much when Sierval was in the team. Defensive midfield this season. Last season we lost 3 to the QPR. There's a low goal at the end. I don't know why he's not in the squads. I keep forgetting to zoom in. The promotion season, Ivich didn't play him. It's really difficult to remember all the Watford managers. Should be like a quiz question or something. Then this is going to be asks now Wednesday. He was playing next to Choose the Kong. Why has he got a tick underneath yellow cards away at Bournemouth? There was a fight at the end. Probably knocked out all their crap players. Norwich 6th. Them and Watford always end up next to each other. Last season 11th and 13th. So let's be having you up to Norwich. Sargent at injured until at least 2024. He's a guy against Watford. It's one of the best goals I've seen live. You still have Barnes, Ida and Wang. Ida scored against Holland, a penalty. How many goals did Barnes get last season? Because he was their striker. Only 6 for Burnley, he might have come off the bench a bit. Never heard of Roll before the season. He's joint top scorer. Still young Klopp's twin. Got promoted with Huddersfield in the playoff final. Shane Duffy, Fastnacht. Have goals all over the pitch. Duffy and Grant and Hamley will get their fair share of goals from corners. Angus Gunn. Playing goal for Scotland. Coventry 7th. Coventry sell their two best players and they actually reinvest it back into the squads. Puzzles out. His free kick against Watford. He got a team of the season silver card on FIFA. So did Haji Wright. And Ellis Sims I had in my Portsmouth career molds. I had Lad Boldier in my Swansea career molds. I think he scored against Watford in the 4-0. He started his career at Man City, so he must be good. Swansea 8th. They changed it back to the old badge, which is Bell. Timon Tejoayon. Charlie Patino can play for Spain. Grimes is still there. Joe Allen. He got Jamal Lowe back. Speaking of Swansea career mode players, the GOAT. They're actually both Jamaican, him and Lad Boldier. Jerry Yates was good for Blackpool. I should know that he scored twice against Watford. A Ukraine player who's definitely better than Mudryk. Wait, Charlie Patino's got 3 assists already, what? They've lost some good players. I thought Obafemi left last season to score against Watford in the last minute. Nishan went to Samsungspor. Great banner. They also lost their manager, Russell Martin. Replaced him with the beer from the Simpsons. West Brom 9th. Last year I had them first. They lost Davor O'Shea to Burnley. Was Pippa at Huddersfield? If Carlos Corberan, so it probably is. Because Lou Chalaba's still there. Sarmiento. Is the end gone actually good or was Noble waffling? That's why I had them first. Injured still. He got Major. Penalty against Arsenal for Fulham once. Sunderland to die. Legend. Just checking his stats. 15 goals in League One for Sunderland. 1 goal in the Championship for them in 17. Then he went to Fulham. 3 goals in 15. Stoke in the Championship. 1 goal in 15. Bordeaux, he got 16 goals in 38, 6 assists. Reece Healy did that in League 2. Played a bit in League 1 as well, 6 goals in 1 season. Stoke, 10th. I think I had them in the top 6 every other year. Travers, Wilmot, Ender Stevens, Hoover again, Baker, Johnson, Haksabanovic. In my Bristol City career molds, he got to about 90 rated. Vidigal scored against Watford. Gooch, Westminster Rays. I didn't want him at Watford, but he could be good for them. Ben Mee ended his career. He sold a Tebo or released him. Chamadou, who got a team of the season for Colchester. He's wearing a suit in the dynamic under 21 player of the season or year. He must be good if you're getting that for Colchester. I've heard of May, how do you say that? 500 grand, enjoy your profit. Of course I've had a good start in my opinion in the 16th. There's no way they've put 10 goals past Rotherham already. Millwall 11th. This is actually their last 15 games, that's really bad. They're definitely going to be mid-table. Leeds at home next. On Sunday, so it'll be on TV. I didn't realise when I reacted to my championship predictions, but it happened to them on the final day against Blackburn. Football Heritage. Their signings, Sarkic. He was Birmingham's player of the season for 2021-22. 10 clean sheets. Joe Ryan braced in the playoff final against Brentford. Not on Coffee. Coventry last season. And I think Rotherham as well. Campbell. Seeing Fleming still there. Watmore, Nisbet, and Bradshaw. They need a bit more if they want to push for playoffs. Or get in there, actually confirm it. How many players have they got? 23. And some of them I've never heard of. Yeah, Eze actually scored against Middlesbrough, I think. Birmingham 12th. When they lost all these players and the loan players, I thought relegation. They won the transfer window. And they only spent 6.45 million. Djokovic, Stansfield. I saw Sunjic in my career mode straight away because I thought fans didn't like him, and he's played every game. Then I got Trusty back, and they went and bought Sanderson. I didn't think Wolves would sell him to them. As well, I've got to mention we got the winner in my Portsmouth career mode playoff final against Sheffield United on Christmas Day. Is there any other player born on Christmas Day? I don't know any. He's born on December 27th. Kevin Long and Scott Hogan have played every game as well. Did they even get in an Ireland national team? That's a big game. My prediction was almost perfect last time. They've put that on TV again. The Austin Trusty goal was insane. Sunderland 13th. That's who they've signed. I can't comment on any of the first six other than Job. If he really is a striker, you're not really going to be in the playoffs. You wouldn't get playoffs with Jude Bellingham at striker. That's a good player, just really injury prone. Zoom in. The year before, cruciate ligament injury. His stats are good. Before that, Jack Wilshere wasn't this bad. He got on the 23rd of December 2019. Guaranteed to be James McLean. He signed Burstow, who I think was Chelsea's backup striker to Jackson. Hull City 14th. I was going to put them top 10, then they loaned out as Stupinan. Okay, they bought Philogene, Cardiff last season. Connolly they bought. Was he at Hull in the second half of the season? Venezia the first. Liam Delap, I think he scored the winner against Leicester. Why do Arsenal want him? I've never heard of him. Tufan is the joint top scorer in the league where he is. There. Did nothing at Watford's. He's on a Nagri. Also. Huddersfield 15th. Still not Ipswich and Preston, by the way. Go down. They've not sort of go at home yet. They did play the two teams I think will do really well this season. 4-0 to Norwich. They also lost 3-2 to Middlesbrough at home. It says Liam Nichols has a shoulder injury. I think it's talking about his one in January. They ruled him out for the season. He went and got Vaklik. He won the Europa League with Sevilla. Did they sign Tom Edwards back? I don't know whether he might play for someone else. Badoni got the 96th minute winner against West Brom. Bergsalk. Sorba Thomas is back. Yeah, a light squad. 26 players. Kamara to Udinese. Mate Daly's gone. Okay. And made Daly in the Portsmouth career mode. Long one, Huddersfield actually. Dwayne Holmes, I feel like he's doing good for Preston. Rose went to Blackburn loan. Orlando Allen's. Ipswich Town 16th. I couldn't take them seriously with assaults like this. 96th minute, 99th minute. Why did I think Twansby went to Luton? Anyway, he marked Mbappe. Leif Davis, I thought under the name, he played for Leeds. Mossie's their captain. Luongo, Hutchinson could be good. Did he play for them against Cardiff? No. He came on. Broadhead, I rate. Chaplin, Scarlett, or Dapo, who scored twice against Cardiff off the bench. Hurst from Leicester. They have some good players. They're not getting second, which is what the second tier are saying. Worst Twitter account ever made. Preston North End 17th. I've been following Ipswich Town's results since week 1, but not Preston's. How are they top? I only saw their game against Stoke where Will Keane scored twice. So yeah, they signed Watmout and Will Keane. It's the reason I had Wigan to stay up last season. I think they finished last. Ched Evans is injured. Reese, Woodburn, Holmes, Brady. Potts, who got that goal against Luton. Brown, Whiteman, Ramsey from Liverpool. Cunningham, Story, Woodman. I have no idea who they've played. Bristol City, Sunderland, Wednesday, Swansea, Stoke. Teams they should be beaten. Stoke's the best result there. Blackburn 18th. I can't believe they beat Watford. The goals they're scoring against us, Hedges and Hiam last season. Matthias Martins hit the bar twice. That was about it from us. It was on Sky. 18th because they lost their goalkeeper and Ben Brereton Diaz. Sammy Smoditz is probably their best player. Bristol City 19th. I had them 11th the year before. They're just happy to be in the league, I guess. This form will carry on for the rest of the season. Rob Dickey from QPR. Brighton player. Ross McCrory had him in the Portsmouth career mode. He had a good stats. Is Wyman playing for them? Because they've Andreas Sykes, Bell and Wells. 23 minutes and 3 minutes. There's also Scott to Bournemouth. Cardiff 20th. Runnison goes in go against Ipswich. His game against Man City was terrible for Arsenal. Panzer's a good player. NG. Siopis, I've heard his name. Ramsey's back. He has 2 goals already. Yakumati's good on his D. Bowler's a good player. Kyle Grant can be good. Robinson's injured. Ogbo scored against Leeds. And Atete, who was at Spurs once. They didn't get him. He said he was joining Birmingham over Watford, but now he's at Las Palmas. First tier. Plymouth 21st. Might be my next career team. Their home kit's the best I've seen. Hazard, probably the best Hazard in the world right now. Kessler Hayden, Huddersfield last year. But I don't remember, is he playing like left wing or something? Whittaker, Bundu, Hardy. Kind of one on from Wolves. He played for Arsenal. Bolton, Jeffcott, Ennis. Hardy's got 4 already. Kessler Hayden's got an assist. Whittaker's got 3. Plymouth are weird. It's going well when in final day they lose 5-0 at home to MK Dons. I think Scott Twine got 4, who's at Hull now. COVID season, 5-1 to Fleetwood. This was when they had the Preston manager. 4-0 to Rochdale at home. 3-2 Oxford. 6-0 to Charlton. What a club. Yeah, the 18-19 season, the game against Accrington. It's when I was scrolling through the Twitter all day. 5-1. Second QPR. 24th if I did this after week 1. Steve Cook and Colback are good signings. Chair Willow and Sinclair Armstrong. Irish guy said in his video about the Irish player. There's no way they're above us. 23rd Rotherham. Johansson, Tyler Blackett, Colin Bammel. What team is this? It's Olvan Liberec. Rathbone, Cafu, Anya Dinmar. Happy, he played for Forest. could be wrong. Hugill was there for the second half of the season, kept them up. I was watching that my FIFA 17 Villa career mode. I was wondering where Andre Green went. He was at a Slovan as well, Bratislava. He's only 25. Should have a Wednesday 24th. Don't need to change that one. There's some decent players. Aofa, them two as well. Volks, Bannon, who's 34 in December. Windass, who got the playoff final winner. Money Wills, Patterson. I'm not going to say actually Fletcher, I think it's terrible. Duchamp Bernard for Man United, Jeff Hendry, who I didn't see. They had my second favourite Watford manager under the puzzles. Javi Garcia's first. He got sacked by Leeds at the end of last season with 4 games left. They went to San Allardyce. It's going to be Panic at the Cisco when he's sacked in December. That owner is weird. I think there might be a worse owner in the Championship than the puzzles. So this is my table. First Leicester, second Southampton. Transfer Market even says they have the most valuable squads. Third, I nearly went with Birmingham because of the career mode I did. I'm going with Coventry. They probably have the longest serving manager, and they actually reinvested into the team even though they lost their 2 best players. Fourth, Leeds. I said about him already when I mentioned him before. Fifth, Watford. I don't think we'll do that. We're really inconsistent, and every season we get injuries. Sixth, I went with Norwich. They've got good players even though they lost Sargent until 2024. Seventh is where I got Birmingham. Eighth, Stoke. They've got good players. Even the manager, Alex Neil. Ninth, I kept West Brom there. 10th, Sunderland. They lost Amad Diallo. Even though it said today they could be getting him in January. I think they also lost Edouard Nashu, who I saw as well today, going somewhere. 11th, Millwall. 12th, Preston. Last season, QPR were top, 15 games in, and they finished about 20th. So things can happen, it's early days. Then 13th, Ipswich. 14th, Hull. 15th, Middlesbrough. 16th, Swansea. 17th, Bristol City. 18th, Blackburn. 19th, Cardiff. 20th, Plymouth. 21st, QPR. Is Gareth Ainsworth really the guy to take them forward though? How long is he going to be staying there for? So yeah, I've got the bottom 3, 24th Wednesday, 23rd Rotherham. 22nd Huddersfield. Neil Warnock getting relegated in probably his last ever job. You have to put the dog down sometimes. Their nicknames are Terriers.